Hey, do you have a sec? There's something that I need to tell you.
You have something to say? Over text? Why don't you just come here and say it to me in person? I mean, we share the same house after all. It's better to talk eye to eye, don't you think?
Well, maybe you should reflect on why I don't want to talk to you in person. Honestly, just the mere glimpse of your face and the slightest noise of your voice makes me nauseous, I swear.
Sweetie, there's really no need to use such awful language with me. I was just making a suggestion.
Don't call me sweetie, and stop pretending to be my mom. You'll never replace her. Got it? You may have been married to my dad, but you will never be my mother. Never. So, stop bossing me around. I hate it when you act like that.
I see what you mean, and I am sorry if I overstepped a boundary somewhere. I don't mean to do that, but I really don't see why something as small as this needs to turn into such a huge fight. I mean, I've been married to your father for 10 years now. We've lived together a whole decade. I thought we would have gotten along better by now. Especially now more than ever since your poor father passed away. It's just the two of us. So we'll have to learn to get along better.
What? No way am I staying with you any longer than necessary. I want you out of the house as soon as possible. Do you get me?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, but you want me to leave the house?
Yeah, duh. That's what I just said. That is what this whole conversation is about. Actually, this is something that has been on my mind since Dad's funeral the other day. Now that he's gone, you're not his wife anymore. And there's nothing else tying us together as a family anymore either. You're nothing to either him or me now. Do you get it? And because of that, you don't belong in this house anymore. That's why I need you out of here as soon as possible.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry, but I don't think that I'm following here. Where is all this coming from all of a sudden?
Didn't you read what I just wrote? This isn't out of the blue, okay? Ugh, you never hear me out. I never liked having you around, and I never approved of you and my dad getting hitched. I've always been trying to think of ways to get you out of this house, and now I have the perfect reason. I only have one mom. You just barge into our lives pretending to be someone you're not. Do you really think I could ever stand someone I felt that way about? Do you even think I would desire something like that? That is why I'm seizing this opportunity to boot you out, so I never have to put up with you in my life, ever again.
But, okay, look, Gabriella, I've known since before we got married that you never liked me, maybe even hated me. But I pretended not to see it, but to try and force me out of the home where I'd been living the past 10 years of my life so soon after the funeral.
That's correct. And since Dad's gone, there's no one left to defend you. No one else welcomed you into our home, which is full of memories of my family, my true mom and dad, and just let you ruin it all. Besides, this house was my dad's, which means it's mine now, and I can do whatever I please with it. So, hurry up and leave already.
But Gabriella, if I leave now, you'll be all by yourself in this big place. Have you ever lived on your own before? Do you even know how to take care of yourself?
Of course I can look after myself. I'm going to be 18 soon, which would make me legally an adult. It's no big deal for me living alone. Do you think I'm too frail or dumb to be able to do it? Or are you just mocking me now?
No, Gabriella, of course I'm not trying to belittle you in any way. I would never do that. I'm just concerned about you is all. Cleaning and cooking are one thing, but how will you get the money to pay for everything that comes with living alone?
Shut up and get off my back. I thought I told you that you're not my mom and you shouldn't pretend to be.
But you're going to be in college soon. I'm just wondering from where you're going to find the money you need to survive. I mean, even what you inherited from your dad won't last forever, you know.
Well, who asked you to worry about me anyways, huh? I certainly don't remember ever asking for your input. As for money, I'll think of something and make my own way in life. I really don't think it'll be as simple to do as you think. How many times do I have to tell you, just mind your own business? This is why I hate talking to you. Just leave me alone already, okay? Why don't you go pack your stuff and leave, like I told you?
Well, I guess if that's really how you feel about everything, then I really have no choice but to go. But can you at least give me some more time to prepare my things? I understand that you want me out as soon as possible, but even so, it's not that simple. And I have lots of things I need to get done before I can make it happen. I haven't even gone through all your dad's things to sort through them.
No, I won't be letting you do that. Who knows what you might try to steal if I let you go through all my dad's stuff? And besides, if I let you stay any longer, you'll just find some reason to extend your stay and so on, and nothing will change. Did you really think I'd let you get away with that? Now, I want you out of the house by the time we finish with the funeral process. I'm his daughter, which means that I get to choose who lives in his house after he's gone. And I've decided the one person the Collins house definitely doesn't need is you. So, if you really understand where I'm coming from, you just shut up, pack your things, and leave.
I understand. I guess I just never realized how strongly you felt about living together with me. I'll leave the house. I promise. And I promise that I'll never come back once I'm gone. But I just want to let you know that things might get really tough for you once I'm gone. You're not going to regret this, are you?
Me? Regret kicking you out? As if. It'll be more like a dream come true than anything.
Hey, Gabriella. I just wanted to text you and let you know that I've finished moving all my stuff out of the house. I also wanted to take a moment to thank you for everything, even though we didn't always see eye to eye.
And who gave you the green light to text me? Did I ever ask about your moving progress? Did I mention needing a report from you? Frankly, if you're not going to respect my wish to cut ties, I'll just go ahead and block you.
No, you're right. I'm sorry for reaching out like this. You won't hear from me again after this, I promise. But there's one last thing about the house's rent. I know it's been a tough month, so you won't have to pay this time. However, starting next month, I'll need to collect rent from you.
Rent? For what exactly? The house? What on earth are you talking about?
Well, yes, I'm talking about the house, actually. Because we've been living together as a family this whole time, it wasn't necessary. But since you don't want anything to do with me as your family anymore, that just makes me your landlord now.
Have you completely lost your mind? Why would I pay you rent to stay in my dad's house?
Why, you ask? Well, because the house is actually under my ownership.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't understand.
What? Ugh, Gabriella, had you not heard about that? Yes, I hold the deed to the house where we all used to live.
What? That's not true. You're just making this up. I've lived here even before you and my dad got married. This house belongs to my family. You don't have any ownership.
Actually, yes. Your dad did possess the house's title, but I bought it from him around 6 or 7 years ago, I believe. Back when your grandma fell victim to those telephone scammers and lost a lot of money. You might have been too young to recall, but it was a devastating situation. That's when I offered to help pay off all our debts. Your dad was incredibly grateful and gave me the house in return.
And just where did you come into so much money, huh? I've never once seen you go to work in the whole time that I've known you. You're just a housewife.
A housewife? Oh, Gabriella, that is just not true. I run my own company. Did you really not know about that at all?
You do what? Since when?
We manage everything online. All our staff work remotely and we don't even maintain an office. We could all commute if we wanted to. I suppose it's hard to realize since I spent so much time at home. But a lot of that time, I'm essentially working as company president.
I can't believe this. You keep lying to me.
Gabriella, it's not a lie. I swear it. That's how I was able to help out your grandma after she was scammed.
So you're telling me the truth?
Absolutely. I wouldn't lie to you. Do you totally believe me when I say the house is mine? Anyway, the rent for next month is $2,000, okay?
$2,000? There's no way I can afford to pay that.
Well, you can't reside in a place without owning it and not expect to pay rent. Besides, I recall you mentioning something about becoming an independent adult who can fend for herself.
Well, yeah, I said that, but I had no idea about all this until now.
What did you think would happen? Were you planning to squeeze the money out of me whenever you needed it? Hoping I'd foot the bill while you flaunted your house? An independent adult would never do that, right?
Of course, I wasn't planning on using you for money. It's just that $2,000 is a huge amount all at once.
I understand, but in the end, I'm the property owner. So if you're pushing me away to live on your own, you'll have to pay the rent to your landlord, which is me.
Hold on. Can't we find a way to discuss this? How about a compromise?
I won't charge you for rent for the first 3 months. But if you don't show any progress by then, I'll have to evict you anyway. I'm swamped right now, so let's continue this conversation later. I'll send you all the rental paperwork this week. Keep an eye on your mailbox. Take care.
Wait, don't hang up. We're not done talking yet. Lainey, are you there? I have something I need to talk to you about.
Oh, Gabriella. Sure, what can I do for you?
Well, the thing is, I guess what I wanted to ask is, I'm just wondering if you've forgiven me yet.
Forgiven you for what? What are you talking about?
Well, it's just that I guess earlier I might have possibly lost my temper a bit and, well, anyways, I've calmed down a bit now and realized that I might have made a little mistake.
I'm sorry, but I don't quite know what you're talking about. I realize this might be hard for you right now, but could you please just tell me what exactly you're talking about?
I'm trying, but I guess what I'm trying to tell you really is that I think if you wanted to come back home now, that'd be okay with me.
Oh. Really? Did something change? I feel you just threw me out of the house. Why the sudden turn?
Well, yeah, I did do that. But then with you gone, I guess I kind of realized just how much you did around the house and how much there is to do without you. So, I guess that's why.
I think you should just really say what you're actually thinking. It'd save us both so much time. But if you're starting to see that managing a house all on your own is hard work, then yes, I completely agree with you. And so now, I'm guessing that you don't have the money to pay rent? That you've changed your mind about kicking me out?
I mean, if you word it like that, then...
You know, even if I decided to pass up on everything, that Grayson left me in the will and give it to you, I still don't think you'd have enough to be able to buy the house back for me anyways. And even if you use it to pay rent on this place, Unless you found a job to help supplement that, you'd burn through your inheritance pretty quickly, I'd bet. And all of that is not even mentioning all the other expenses you'd be paying that weren't rent.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm figuring out. And on top of that, it's so hard to keep a place this big clean, and I hate having to cook for myself every day. Then I have my classes and homework to worry about. Plus, I have to think of how I can afford the rent. It's just been making me feel ill both physically and mentally.
But of course it is. I figure that living on your own might be especially hard for someone like you. I hope the cooking is going well, because I don't remember you helping out in the kitchen once, ever. And yet for some reason you thought you were ready to maintain a whole house by yourself?
You're right. And I guess I just never realized all the things that you actually did do for all of us when we lived together. That's why I want to really, sincerely apologize for the bratty attitude that I treated you with the other day. I promise to never throw you out of the house again. You always pretended not to see how I really felt about you, but I don't want you to do that anymore. I promise that I'll do my best to see that we get along. So please come back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I just apologized.
You hated me so much that you couldn't hold back from throwing me out of my own house, just days after your dad's funeral. And now you only want me to come back because you're getting a taste of the real world. And you're realizing that it's not so easy on your own. I mean, have you put any thought into how you're going to go on like this?
But I apologized. I thought about what I did and realized just how much trouble I caused you over the years. Please, I'm sorry. What else can I say?
And I think that you're just saying that you're sorry. But the only real reason that you want me back is because you've realized how hard it is to do things on your own. So now you want the person that used to cook and clean for you to come back and do all of that once again.
No, that's not true. I promise. I really do want to make up with you and try and be friends.
Well, that's the thing, Gabriella. I don't. I mean, come to think of it, I don't really have a single happy memory of interacting with you. I've worked so hard for so many years to try and get you to notice and appreciate me. But all you've done for the past 10 years is either ignore me or hurl abuse at me. You've only ever used my presence in this house for your own convenience. Even if you didn't realize it until just now, I really don't think I owe you the forgiveness you're looking for.
Please don't say that. Surely we can talk this out. Please, I can't do this on my own. Please, Mom, I'm begging you.
I thought you and I were nobody to each other. Why are you pretending like you're my daughter now?
How could you?
Anyways, I'll be expecting next month's rent soon. I'll send you my bank info soon. You can just make the payments through there, okay? See ya!
Wait, please, it wasn't supposed to happen this way. I apologized. I reflected on my actions. Please come back to me.
And so, after that, Gabriella kept trying to apologize. But honestly, it was clear that her main motives were centered around avoiding chores and dodging the rent. I eventually reached the point where I couldn't tolerate that attitude anymore, so I decided to take a different approach and got in touch with Grayson's older sister. She agreed to take Gabriella under her wing, aiming to instill some proper manners before college. With her experiencing raising 5 kids, 2 boys and 3 girls, who've all turned into wonderful adults, I feel she was the best person to teach Gabriella a thing or two about housekeeping, budgeting, and general etiquette. Meanwhile, I've been taking care of our now empty old house. I'm keeping it well maintained, hoping that one day, Gabriella might actually mature into a self-sufficient adult. When that moment arrives, I plan to hand the house over to her. No strings attached. That will also be the day I gracefully step out of her life. Living with Gabriella again isn't something I'd want. But as the daughter of the man I loved, I genuinely wish for her to find her own path to happiness. So, that's the update for now. I appreciate you joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, a thumbs up would be awesome. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can catch more content like this in the future. Thanks for tuning in!
Marcus, you're getting home late yet again today. Just a second ago, I tried to give your office a call, but they told me that you had already left for the day. Where are you right now?
I'm at the point now where I can't go on with you anymore.
Huh?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be handing in our divorce paperwork. So before then, can you sign it and help me hand it in? Actually, I've already spent a lot of the time filling it out, so can you just sign it and turn it in for me? You should have time to do that, right?
What kind of a joke is this? Today isn't even April 1st, so you can't be trying to fool me, right?
This is not a joke. I've come to realize that I just can't take being married to you anymore.
Can't take it anymore? Are you seriously telling me that you feel that way? Huh? Right now? You can't take any more of me at this time? You are aware that in another month or so, I'm going to be having our baby, right? Aren't you ready to finally become a father like you always wanted?
No.
Huh? So you're really going to tell me that you want out of all of this right now? That's all really screwed up. What am I going to do if you divorce me? Where do you plan to go off to?
I'm gonna go off somewhere to where I'm happy.
Yeah? And what is going to make you happy?
I have someone that I actually love now. So I'm gonna go to her and we're gonna start our new romance together.
When you say that, do you mean what I think you mean? Is this all happening with that one coworker of yours?
Huh? Why do you know about her?
I felt that for a bit now you've been going out with another woman. You've always made yourself look a bit suspicious, and so I already had a feeling of what that entailed.
What, you already suspected me of cheating on you? Well then, I didn't have to try that hard to hide her from you all that time then.
That is not what I want to hear from you right now. You have a wife at home that's been pregnant, and you choose to go out with another woman behind my back? That is beyond messed up, Marcus. So are you really going to leave me for her? Do you not feel any form of sorrow for doing that to me? I'm tired of having to be the one that has to go through all these hardships with you.
I'm not trying to make your life any harder, Ella. You're just gonna have to accept that things between us weren't working out and that you'll now have to raise that baby on your own. Good luck! I'm gonna go live a life where I'm free, so you can manage that child without me while I go achieve that life. I'll at least give you the house and the divorce, so you should be happy for that.
This has always been my house, though, so of course I'm going to keep this place. I just cannot fathom that you want to throw me away at this bad of a timing. I will forgive you for cheating on me as long as you come back here and stay with me. What are we going to do to fix all of this?
You can figure that one out yourself. I no longer want anything to do with you.
The way you say that, does it not break your heart whatsoever? What will happen if you have to pay a settlement for cheating on me, or have to pay for child support?
I'm going to ignore you after this, so don't expect a dime from me.
That will not go over well for you. I think you should stop all that nonsense and just come back to me and our baby.
I don't like you anymore, Ella, and I couldn't care less about that baby as well. Alright, good luck on your own. Make sure you have that divorce paperwork handed in by tomorrow. I want to hurry things up and get married as soon as possible to my new woman.
You're the worst. I'm not going to let you run away from this so easily.
How are things going with my house?
Excuse me, but who am I speaking to?
It's me? Me? There's no way you don't know who I am. So, can you tell me how my house is doing? Don't tell me that you've sold that place or anything like that, right?
Your house? What are you talking about now? And another thing, why are you talking to me after 12 years have gone by? You were the one that threw me away back then, and you left with another woman from your work to get married. So having a message come from a jerk of a man 12 years later is shocking to me.
I'm not your average man is all. Now, tell me how my house is?
When you say your house, are you talking about the one that we lived together back when we were married?
That's right, my house.
That isn't your house, lol. And when you talk about that house, I'm still living in it.
Huh? You're still living in my house? You're not supposed to be living in that house anymore! You get out of there right now!
Get out of my own house? What are you talking about? Even if you start to get pissed off with me and try to boss me around, I'm not going to be leaving this house.
You still living in that house without my permission is the same dang thing as you trespassing on my property.
Really? It looks like you might have hit your head on one too many things there, buddy. Do you need to go to the hospital or something? I knew you were pretty screwed in the head back when we were together, but I would have thought that after 12 years, that would have healed by now. Have you gotten to the point now where you can't even comprehend the words around you anymore or what you say?
What happened 12 years ago doesn't matter anymore. Back then, things were tough for me.
Things were not tough for you, but me, right? I mean, I was carrying our kid at the time, but you never seemed to care about it. It's been years now, so you'd think that asking how the kid is after so long, or some question similar to that would be normal, right? Well, it's not like you have to ask me that, because I won't tell you a thing about them.
Alright now, hurry up and get out of my house! If you don't leave that place soon, I'll have to come there and force you out. Do you want me to become violent with you?
Come on, calm down a bit there, lol. This is not your house.
All you're doing is living there uninvited now. I'm going to live there again starting today, so you get out.
Oh? Even though I don't believe you can live here anymore?
Even after I moved out of there, you really thought it was okay to live there without me knowing? I guess I don't mind any of that, but today I'm moving back in with one of my lady friends, so get the hell out!
Even though this house is under my name?
What?
From the start of us living here, my name has been on this house. So what do you mean this is yours? What made you think that this house was ever yours, Marcus? Lol.
Your name is on that place? There's no way.
Says the guy that left me for no good reason after us having a baby together and everything, and just vanishing for 12 years. And now after that long, you're back telling me a bunch of crap that doesn't make any sense. Are you sure you didn't hurt your head really badly?
You really want to keep saying I'm crazy? That's very rude of you.
I'm being honest. I'm not sure what it is with you that makes you think that you can boss me around, but this house is under my name.
Shut up! I already know the truth. I know that house is my house. And right now, I need a house to live in. So I'm coming back to live in my house.
Even though it's been over a decade since you threw me away, you're still the same old Marcus. This house is under my name and it always has, so you don't have any rights when it comes to what I do with my house. If you do try to get into my house, I'll have the police here in minutes.
The police will only come to you if the house is owned by you.
But this is my house, and you're the only one too delusional to agree on that. This all happened a while back now, so I'm sure you totally forgot about all of it. But if that's the case that you cannot remember, maybe you're better off just leaving me alone and moving on. Because if you try to move back into this house, you'll only be doing yourself more harm than good.
I'm coming to get my house back whether you like it or not. Even though you think you can get away with stealing it from me.
At this point, you're so confused that I might have to call the old folks home and have them come pick you up, lol. I think it's best you don't come around here. You'll only make yourself regret things more if you do. I really have no clue why after 12 years, you think you can come back here. But it's been far too long for you to be talking to me again when you have that woman of yours, right? If that coworker's still around, then you both should try buying or renting a house for yourselves like proper people. Well, that's only you have the funds to do so, right?
Coworker? I don't remember anything about a coworker.
Oh?
The woman I'm with now is a lady friend I met 3 months ago, and I'm starting to think about marrying her now. And she wants us to have a house together, so I was planning on giving her that house as a present. I can't be asked to buy any other place right now, so I want you out of my old house.
Jesus, Marcus. Lol. You threw me out like that coworker meant the world to you or something, yet you can't even remember who they are now? I suppose it's because of your poor memory that you can't even remember whose house this is. But I'll remind you that this is my house, so stop trying to get me out of it. And if you come to my house, you'll only make things worse, so stay the hell away. I already told you, right? You'd regret coming here. But you still couldn't trust my words and barge into here, and now you have to pay for it. You had to meet my husband without being invited.
What the hell is going on? Tell me! Why the hell was a trap set up like that in the yard? I was just trying to get back to my house. What do you mean your husband?
It's not strange for me to have found another man and marry him, right? It's been 10 years now, and I've been married to my husband.
What? Why didn't you tell me anything about that?
Huh? Why should I have to tell my brain-dead ex-husband about my life? Lol. My daughter doesn't need to know about her screwed-up dad either. So that's why I made sure to never talk to you again, so that you never come back here.
I don't understand how you got married again, but what is up with this trap?
My husband is a bit of a protective man, and he works for a security company, so he decided to have some traps installed around the house to keep us safe. Lol.
Huh? He works for a security company?
Yeah, and we have a house with a young girl in it. So making sure that this house is secure from people like you is very important. And so, my husband made sure to put all kinds of traps. So of course someone that isn't supposed to be here would be caught in one of our traps. Lol.
Come get me out of here and let me go. This is my dang house after all.
You're being a dick. This is the house that I put my name down on and paid for all the loans. You never wanted to be the one to take up the responsibility of owning that house, so I had to make sure this place didn't go under. You're an adult, but mentally, you don't have the fortitude to be able to keep up with any payments, right? And you're what now? In your 40s, right? I think it's time you calm down and think for a second. Lol.
And to calm down, I wanted to get my house back. I planned on bringing my super young girlfriend here so that her and I could have a nest to make babies in. I was changing my life for the better this time.
You say that a lot, don't you? Yet every time you try to change your life around, you only fall even harder. Lol.
Shut up! Go ahead and tell me what kind of amazing life you have right now. I'm sure you're in the same spot as me going through all these problems.
I have been raising my daughter that you threw away 12 years ago all by myself. And now she's 12 years old.
Huh? Right. She is around that age now, huh?
And not just her anymore, but I have 2 more kids that I had with my husband, making it 3 now.
That many?
I raised 3 kids here with the help of my husband now, and still have a career outside of home. I think that I've been doing pretty dang well for myself after being thrown away by you, but...
Can you at least give me back that house?
This house is my family's house. But if you really want this house from me, why don't you come and buy it? Well, of course, that depends on your situation. But I'm sure by the way you've been acting, you don't have the money to. Lol.
Back when I left you for that other woman, I had gotten into some hairy business and lost a lot of my money. And since then, I've been having trouble finding any more work, and so my life has been really rough. But finally, after so long, I finally got a job as a full-time employee again and can start bringing in more dough. And, along with that, I've got myself a really young chick. So you should be okay with giving me that house. Actually, before we get to that, come and let me out of this trap!
I don't give a crap about all you just told me. Lol. I don't care about what kind of troubles you've been through or what jobs you have right now, nor about any girl you're with. You have no right to that house I own, so stop trying to get it from me. Also, if you wouldn't have come, none of that would have happened to you. But now that we have you, I'm going to call the police and ask them what to do with you.
Huh? What? The police?
Of course.
But I'm not doing well right now! I'm the one who's had a rough life ever since we got divorced, and so I'll have you sued for this!
If you really want to do that, you're more than welcome to. But I don't think you'll be able to find yourself a lawyer that'll help you, and any case you make that's brought to court will be dropped immediately.
Why do you say that? Do you not care about the harm you put me through?
That trap is only there to stop those that trespass.
What?
You're the one that broke through my fence and onto my property, right? So even if you're upset that you hurt yourself doing that, nobody's going to care about you, lol. I'll tell you right now, you screwed around and found out today.
Are you kidding me? You're messed up in the head for making me go through this. Are you seriously that mad still about what happened 12 years ago?
Well, immediately after what had happened, I was... But right now, I have 3 amazing kids with a loving husband, so I'm only happy. Because of you, I was able to leave you behind, and found that means to be a happy life. So thank you, lol.
What the hell? My life has been nothing but uphill battles.
And that's all due to you being a selfish prick, right, lol? Now goodbye, you piece of garbage X. I hope that you try better after you get out that trap to fix your life. I think the police will be here soon for you. Make sure to explain to them what happened so that they can help you to get your head checked out, lol. In the end, Marcus was taken into custody for trespassing and would be taken away in one of those police cars. And after all his hard work of getting that new job, the word of his arrest found its way there and he was fired by his manager. And that young girlfriend of his was disgusted by his actions and told him that they were through, which altogether ruined his mental health. He finally went back to his parents' house after almost 15 years and told them what had happened, and out of the kindness of their hearts, they got him a job at a really awful factory. And as of right now, he works from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day so that he can make as much money back to pay off all his debts, as well as pay his parents for allowing him back. I really don't understand why he went this far for something that was never even true, but I hope the consequences of his actions teach him that he got what was coming for him.